Here we are today with the properties of multiplication of integers and the properties which we are going to see before we move on to the exercise which is totally based on these properties. Okay, the properties which we are going to see of multiplication of integers are closure property, that's closure for multiplication, then commutativity of multiplication, or you can say commutative property. Next is multiplication by 0, then multiplicative identity, then comes associative for multiplication, associative property, or you can say associativity for multiplication, and then distributive property. Children, these properties will help you in multiplying the integers in an easier way. So you need to go through these properties. I know you might feel boring when you go through these properties, but you need to remember these properties and apply it while you are multiplying two integers. So the first one, let's see, closure. Closure under multiplication. Integers are closure under multiplications. Why? As per the closure property, it tells you if two integers are multiplied, then you get an integer as an answer. The product is an integer always. So you can see the example over here, statement minus 20, which is an integer, negative integer, when multiplied with another negative integer, you are getting the product as 100, which is also an integer. One more thing you must learn here, when two negative integers are multiplied, the product is always a positive integer. Okay, now here the next example. In the next example, you have one negative and the other one is positive. Negative 15 is multiplied with 17, both are integers, and the product which you get is negative 255, which is also an integer. So finally we conclude that when two integers are multiplied, we always get product as an integer, and so closure property stands true for multiplication of integers. Now we move on to the next property, and before we move on to commutativity, see the standard form. What the standard form tells you. A multiplied by B. A and B both are individually integers, and when they are multiplied, we get product also as an integer. Okay, A multiplied by B is an integer. The product is an integer for all integers A and B. So we can say integers are closed under multiplication. Now we move on to the next property, commutative property or commutativity of multiplication. As we have already studied for whole numbers and natural numbers, that when any two whole numbers added in any order, the answer remains the same. For natural numbers also, when any two natural numbers are added, the answer remains the same. Same thing goes with integers also. Let's see how it goes. You can see here 3 is multiplied in the statement 1. Under statement 1 you can see 3 is multiplied with negative 4 and the product is minus 12. Now I am changing the order. In place of 3 I am taking negative 4, and in place of negative 4 3 is taken. So you can see statement 2. Same thing, but the order of the integers is changed and answer is also the same, minus 12. So both the statements, in both the cases, you can see the answer is same. So what is the conclusion? What is the inference? The inference is, the conclusion is that 3 multiplied by minus 4 is always equal to minus 4 multiplied by 3. That tells you commutativity of multiplication, that when any two integers multiplied in any order, the answer remains same. So from the examples we can say that multiplication is commutative for integers, and the standard form tells you a multiplied by b is equal to b multiplied by a, where a and b are two integers. Our next property is multiplication by 0. Any integer when multiplied with 0, or in other words, products of negative integers and 0 is always 0. Okay? Even not only negative integers, product of positive integers also give you 0. Okay? So product of any integer with 0 is always 0, and the standard form is a multiplied by 0 is equal to 0, or 0 multiplied by a is equal to 0. Now next property, you can see multiplicative identity. And in multiplication, on multiplying which number do you get the same integer? Suppose what I mean to say is, what number will you multiply with 5 to get the product 5, the number itself? It's 1. Okay? 1 is the multiplicative identity as it was for whole numbers and natural numbers. Same way, 1 is also a multiplicative identity for integers. You can see the examples. Negative 3 multiplied by 1 gives you negative 3, and here for the positive integer also 1 multiplied by 5 is equal to 5. You can try with these examples given below, and you will find that the answer is the original integer with which 1 is multiplied. That's what multiplicative identity tells you. Associativity for multiplication, or associative property. How it works for multiplication. In the case of natural number and whole numbers, we have seen when you have to multiply more than two numbers, you make group of 2, right? Same thing goes over here. Let's check whether it stands true for multiplication or not. That is, associativity is for multiplication or not. Let's see. Here the numbers are taken, considered are minus 3, minus 2 and 5. And you can see the example here. First we are grouping minus 3 and minus 2, taking the product of 3 and negative 2. And then its product will be multiplied with 5. So let's see. Here you can see minus 3 on multiplying with minus 2 gives you 6. 6 multiplied by 5 gives you 30. Here you can see the answer 30. And the next case, I am changing the group. Now first I will multiply the last two numbers, that is minus 2 and 5. Minus 2 and 5 is multiplied, and then its answer, a product, will be multiplied with minus 3. 2 5s are 10. And as one of the integer is negative, your answer will be negative. Negative 10 multiplied by negative 3 gives you positive 30. Negative, negative, positive. That's the rule of multiplication, as I told you. When either of the number either of the two integer is, if one of the integer out of two integer is negative, its product will be negative. But if both the integers are negative, then its product is going to be positive. So you can see, if I group 3 and 2 first and then multiply its product with the third integer, it is always going to be equal in the case of multiplication of integers. When I group the last two numbers first, find its product and then multiply it with the first integer. Okay, in both the cases answer remains same. So what can we say? Standard form tells you A multiplied by B then multiplied with C is equal to A multiplied with the product of B and C, and we can conclude that just as the whole numbers, the product of three integers does not depend upon the grouping of integers, and this is called the associative property for multiplication of integers. Okay, now the last one which we are going to see in this part is distributive property. Distributive property is different from associative property, because if you see from the first glance, you will find that bracket is there in both the cases, and towards the left hand side of the is equal to sign, you find that three integers are there, bracket is also there. Then what is the difference between associative and distributive? Distributive is that property where multiplication and addition, both the operations can be seen within these brackets, right? And in associative property, two operations are never taken together. Addition and multiplication is never taken together, right? Bracket might be there, bracket is there, but the difference is here multiplication is distributed over addition. Understood? That is how you have to differentiate between the two property. When you see, you have to see first whether everywhere multiplication is there or within the brackets addition and multiplication, both the operations are there. Okay, now distributive property, from the example itself you can see that 16 is multiplied to the bracket where inside the bracket you have sum of 10 and 2. Normally what we do, as per the Bodmer's rule, we solve the bracket first. So inside the bracket is 10 and 2 is added, so 10 plus 2 gives you 12, and then 12 is multiplied to 16, right? Otherwise, to make your multiplication simpler, you can do one thing. 16, multiplication of 16 is distributed over 10 and 2. You can see towards the right hand side of the equal to sign, 16 is multiplied with 10, and then its answer is added to the product of 16 and 2. And the answer towards the right hand side will be 160 plus 32 gives you 192. You can check the answer with the answer towards the left hand side of equal to sign. 10 plus 2 12, and 12 when you multiply with 16 you will get 192. You can check it by multiplying it, and you have several examples over here under the distributive law or distributive property. Negative 2 is multiplied with 3 plus 5. So 3 plus 5 gives you 8, and 8 when multiplied with minus 2 gives you minus 16. Now towards the right hand side, if you see, negative 2 is distributed over 3 and 5. Negative 2 multiplied by 3 gives you minus 6, and minus 2 multiplied by 5 gives you minus 10, and both the products are added. Minus 6 plus minus 10 gives you minus 16. There are many such examples on page number 17 of your textbook. You can go through it and you will find that in all the cases answers are same for distributive property.